A group guide is one of the key tools to help leaders bring truth to life using the PursueGOD library. The group guide is important because it intentionally incorporates two elements into your group. It's a tool for sharing, discussing, and applying the truth, and it's also a tool for developing trusting and caring relationships. Both of those elements are essential for creating the group conditions that will help you to bring truth to individual lives, that will help you speak the right truth at the right time in the context of caring relationships. So let's get acquainted with how a group guide works. First of all, group guides are designed to give structure to your meeting. It's a practical tool that's going to help you lead. And in fact, the group guide that we're using to go through this lesson today is essentially the same tool that you'll use to lead your groups. The first part of the structure is the introduction, and we use this to set the trajectory for the meeting. You can see at the top it says, "About this group guide." We encourage you to explore that link and all the other links in the group guide to find out more about our resources. Then you see an overview which outlines the purpose and direction of the lesson. Then there's a warm-up. That helps to build the relational environment of the group with some non-threatening participatory questions that don't require any Bible or theological knowledge. The second part of the group guide is the lesson, so be sure you're familiar with the different options there and review those options in order to choose what videos you want to use and where you want to start. Use the discussion questions not only to explore truth, but also to create an open relational environment where people are sharing with each other. And if you're doing a sermon link series, make sure you look at the playlist for the rest of the videos in that series, because other videos in the playlist will be featured on the back of the group guide, and you can make recommendations to your group members from that list. And then the third part is the takeaway. This is your opportunity to help your group apply truth to life. Be sure to preview the activities and worksheets in the takeaways to know how to do an exercise, how much time to allot, what materials you might need. On the very bottom left, you'll see a place called Notes. That's a space that you can use in whatever way you want to keep prayer requests or whatever. And on the bottom right is a space called Q. That's where you can keep track of issues that arise during the group, maybe tangents that you might want to come to later, or questions that arise that you might need to do further study on. So that's how the group guide helps to give structure to your meeting. But also the group guide system is modular for easy customization. As you gain experience using the group guide, you can modify elements of it from week to week to achieve your purposes. The warm-up, for example, may not fit your group. You can create a different warm-up as long as it's something that everyone can answer and not have a lot of theological or Bible background. You can also choose videos off the playlist. Instead of the featured videos, you can choose how many of those videos you want to use, and you can adapt the discussion questions. To write good ones, you need to ask questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no answer, and ask questions that get people stimulated and involved in conversation together. And you can replace the takeaway. If there's a group application that your group needs to tackle together, like you need to plan an outreach event or a fellowship event, or there's something you need to deal with as a group, you could make that the takeaway instead. And it's also modular for customization in the sense that you can mix and match different group guides to create a series that works for your group. And then you need to know that the video library is organized into many helpful group guides. We're building a library of sermon link guides as well as standalones and other series that focus on books of the Bible or other important topics in the Christian life. But as great as a tool as the group guide is, without an intentional leader, the group guide will be ineffective. It is, after all, only a tool. The real driving force in bringing truth to life for the members of your group is you as the leader. You have to make the investment to decide how to use the group guide and then to prepare to use it well. You're the one who models the value of truth and relationships. The group guide can help, but it can only go as far as you take it. Why don't you take a minute and talk about the group guide?